Hey, what's up? Happy Tasty Tuesday, Whiskey friends far and wide. We're live. It is October the 20th? Man, it is October 20th. Hanging out, getting started for a stream. Hope everybody's doing pretty well out there. I am sipping on a little bit of Jameson Cooper's Crows. First dram in a bit. A long Saturday night. I was on here for a little bit with Quig and did a little detox. So it'd be good to have a dram or two this evening with all of you folks. And also, of course, Telex and I will be live from 9 until 11. I'll get into that in just a sec. But let's see who we got in the door already. Lost Cause. What's up, man? How are things in New Orleans area? Hey there, you're a dram star. Get your stream on. Drink whiskey. Okay, I see what you're doing there. Rolling out the Smash Mouth. Daniel's also there, right behind you. What's up, Daniel? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, little late 90s Smash Mouth. Yeah, I wonder if they're doing these days. What do you think Smash Mouth is doing right now? Are they still like touring or playing music live? I don't even know what they what's up with them. You don't hear much from them anymore. Late 90s indeed, man. That's funny. Dale Mango in the house saying, hey everybody. Hey Dale, thanks for swinging by. Far and wide indeed. Jack, how are you? How's your week been, man? Good to have you in the house. Juan's beaming his signal from Hawaii. What's up out on the islands, my friend? Hope you're doing well and enjoying whatever beautiful weather must be happening there right now. Probably better than Philly, although it's actually been somewhat nice. Got to go sit in the park and read for a while over the weekend. It was like warm enough, but then it kind of got a little dreary. It's all over the place these days with the weather around here. Daniel's got another bottle of Willet Rye. Damn. All right. How many of those do you have total? You have probably upwards of, at least 10? I feel like you do. You sent me some really delicious samples, by the way. Speaking of samples, I'm going to taste something random tonight. We're going to find out what that is in a few minutes. In the meantime, what else we got going on? Ooh, nice. That's what I call relaxing. They Smash Mouth plays small venues, huh? Not anymore, right? But in normal times. What's up in Canada? Peter White, how are you, man? Thanks for swinging by. It's Tasty Tuesday. So let me set things up for tonight. We're going to hang out for an hour. I'm going to taste or share my my first thoughts. I got the newest Elijah Craig Barrel Proof a while back. This is batch C920. So I'm going to sip a little bit of that tonight. And then Telex and I'm also going to actually do a random sample from some stuff that was sent to me by a friend of the show, Andrew Page. So I'm going to take a look at what he's got there and maybe try one of those. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then Telex and I are going to do some Tamdu. We're going to be doing a little tasting of the Tamdu 10 in the first hour tonight. And then we will be doing the Tamdu 15, which I have not had. And I don't think he's had the 10. So should be a lot of fun. He's back in the saddle after a week off last week. So looking forward to connecting with him, seeing how he's doing, and trying some Tamdu with y'all. All right. So let's get into it. First and foremost, we catch back up. Hey, there's our friend from King of Prussia. What's up, buddy? Happy Tuesday to you. Doing all right. Probably have 10 different Willets. Yeah, I was going to say, you probably have to have a decent amount of those. Week is just getting going. Hooked up with Westward American Oak for $40. Oh, nice. Oh, interesting. I have, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I had tried that they're just like regular single malt or something like that. It was quite good. Does it still have that? Does it have kind of that beer yeast note going on in it too? That would be interesting. Port Charlotte OLC 1 tomorrow. I have not tried that. Ooh. I've seen it though. It definitely looks like it's worth picking up. I mean, most of those, there's so many of those releases of Port Charlotte. When I was buying more stuff, this was months ago. Like there was this couple of different like online websites for like over in the UK, and I was amazed at how many different bottles of Port Charlotte that were out there, or even just like Bruichladdich in general. Like so many like random specialty bottles and stuff. Like they all looked really tasty, but is what it is. Can't find everything here, that's for sure. Is that something you found locally, or did you have to go online too and order it from overseas? Locally, that would be interested in finding out about that maybe. Peter White. Oh, you got the Travon. Yeah, Telex has the first one. I don't think we've opened it yet. He hasn't opened it yet. But I saw a review of it, a couple reviews not too long ago that were singing its praises. It was just really expensive here. I mean, I think it was like upwards of $350 or something, which is like a bridge too far maybe for a single malt 19-year-old Ardbeg, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Have you had the batch one before? What does that thing go for in Canada? Jack. C920. No, they don't have it yet in. Yeah. I've seen it a few places. Jersey. Yeah, I've seen it in Jersey. There were, I don't know if it was Total Wine or not. No, it wasn't Total Wine. It was actually some small shop that I just happened to stop in when I was out getting some groceries, and I stumbled across it. I was like, oh, they have this already. They might have got it really early. But normally I don't think I saw last year's C release until, man, it must have been close to January of 2020 for the C 919. So I don't know, maybe I just got lucky and stumbled across it, because this place isn't a place I go very often, and but now it might be, because it looks like they get some pretty good stuff in early, maybe. So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it tonight. It's obviously I've had some. It's I don't know, man. It's not the like winner that nearly every other one of theirs is, but it's got a very specific taste to it. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Hey, Ben, what's going on, buddy? Everyone is starting to try out the C920. Yeah, it's I don't know like how easy these things are to get. Like it varies by where you are and stuff. I mean, it seems like the Pennsylvania government stores don't ever get it, and or if they do, it's like, it sells out in 30 seconds or whatever. You can never get your hands on it. But some of the shops in like South Jersey across the river from Philly get it. And yeah, this place that I went to, it was just like out of nowhere. It wasn't even looking for it, It was one of those welcome finds. So I was pretty excited about that. Oh, nice. Yeah, Benash is a great shop, man. I forget the guy that works there. They're cool. They're really cool guys. They get good stuff. They're willing to like let you try a bunch of things. I mean, they're always like have some samplers out, to that they'll pour for you if you're showing interest in whatever they're selling, specifically if you go stand over by the Scotch, you'll end up chatting with one of them, and then before you know it, they're like, hey, I got it. What happened to me when I was there, after a couple exchanges, and he was like, yeah, I got the tail of cake, one left if you want it. I was like, oh, I'll get it. So, you know how that goes. It's always good to like give money to good folks who run independent stores. That's for sure. Andrew, how you doing? Oh, nice. I'm going to try one of your samples tonight. I'm not sure which one. I know you sent me like a bunch. It's very generous of you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to trying a few, and I'll probably do one of them tonight. Also going to do this Elijah Craig, which I'm going to hop into probably like in just a minute. It's finishing my first little sipper of the night. Which I should mention is pretty good. This is Jameson Cooper's Crows. So they did this line of Jamesons where there's like three different ones. There's the Cooper's Crows, there's the Blender's Dog, then there's something else. And basically what they're, it's supposed to be just like these different like series of the craft of whiskey or whatever, but it's like, it's 43% non-chill filtered, which is cool. And it doesn't actually say it on here, but it's like ex-bourbon, first fill American virgin oak, and sherry, like Iberian Oloroso or something. So it's got a bunch of different things going on it. It's pretty tasty. I haven't had a lot of the different Jameson releases, but this one kind of piqued my interest. And I don't know if they're like around $60-65. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, the MRC, the Mark I. Oh, I'm not sure if I've heard of that one. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Like I said, it's hard to kind of follow them all. Oh yeah, the Lafroig 16. Yeah, that one is. I don't know. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I mean, but it was. I don't know, man. It didn't really bring what you would like. It's all first fill bourbon, so it really has like heavy bourbon notes, and I think it kind of overwhelmed some of the flavor of it, like some of the complexity you would expect from a 16-year-old Lafroig. Like, you know, if you've had Lafroig 18, for example, you know, you're well aware of how like delicious that whiskey is. And this 16, of course, I was like super interested in for the same reason you would be, and I bought it, and it was like, I don't know. You know what it reminds me of is if you've had the Nick Offerman edition, Lagavulin 11 or whatever. It's like one of those whiskeys that's got the age statement and you expect it to be, you know, a step up, and it was just kind of like so-so. But I don't know. You might have a different opinion after all, right? Like that's what it's all about. But yeah, it didn't like wow me, and I was much more excited about it than what I got out of it. I'll just put it that way when I found it. So Peter White, from what I'm hearing, the batch 2 is better than the batch 1. 275 Canadian in Nova Scotia. Oh wow, okay. Right on. Yeah, I'm so tempted by it. Every time I see it online or something, if I've been looking around or when Telex is talking about it, more importantly, I definitely get the desire to see what a heavily aged Ardbeg like that is. I mean, not heavily aged, but you know, significantly aged. I bet it's a good one. Daniel said, what kind of glass? Oh, it's funny that you asked this. This is a Willet glass. This is like a small tasting glass. You can hardly see the design on it, but I got this when I did the Willet Distillery tour in 2019. It was like I did the Bourbon Trail. This, they allowed you to kind of just take with you, I think, or did I buy it? No, this is the one that I think they just gave it to you. You used it as like your tasting glass for the stuff that they had there. The thing about the distillery, though, is it's like if you go there on the right day, they'll have like a bunch of those crazy rare ones, I guess. You know, like the 16-year-olds, the 14-year-olds, all the like old MGP juice. But like they just put them out randomly, I guess. So you're never actually guaranteed to show up and like be able to buy something at the distillery shop that's going to be like this really incredible whiskey that you couldn't have got anywhere else other than like secondary market, you know? So yeah, that's a little bit, I think all they had there was like the 2-year, the 3-year, and the 4-year, which, you know, they're all good. Don't get me wrong, but not exactly like rare. You really have to show up on the right day, I guess. And I didn't. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, MRC01. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, Tony, if you're a big, like Lefroy guy, I think I might have done a review of it, actually, if I think back. So maybe like check that out. I think there's probably a couple others out there. So the story with it was some Amazon exclusive release in the UK, but then somehow, like, eventually started showing up here in the US. I don't think it's core range. I think it's literally like a somewhat limited release, although I don't know how many. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It left me wanting a little bit. It was certainly good. I mean, there's not that many bad Lefroys, but $100 good. Like, you could get a Lore for like the same price, and I think the Lore is just much more interesting and honestly just better than this one. Yeah, it's a little. I know what you thought when you saw it. 16-year-old Lefroy. Like, what? I gotta get this. I think I bought like one or two for the same exact reason, is that I expected it to be like, holy shit, like a nice, well-aged Lefroy back on the shelf after, the 18 has been gone for so long. And then you read the back and it's like first fill bourbon. So I'm like, well, whatever, and then it just kind of, I don't know. It's not going to be a whiskey of the year. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Oh man, really? Okay. That might be worth getting. Peat Monster's okay. For sure. What else is going on? I'm starting to get quite curious into Tamdu. Look them up on the Whiskey Exchange and notes look very ready. Yeah. Not to spoil it, but the Tamdu 10 is pretty good. I was really impressed. They're all sherry. And the interesting thing about it, it has a really nice long finish. It's full flavor. I think it's non-chill filtered. I don't quite remember. It's either non-chill filtered or it's natural color, one of the two. It's not both though. And it wasn't that bad of a price. I think it was like $55. I was impressed, man. If you'd have poured it to me blind, I might have guessed that it was an older whiskey than it is. So take that with a grain of salt, but everybody's palate is different. But if you like heavily, sherried scotches, not finished, like matured in sherry, you can't go wrong with that Tamdu 10. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I never see those, but I've heard of those. As I was saying, we're going to try, the 10 and the 15 tonight with Telex, so that should be fun. He is back online and back in the saddle. And Demon Hunter, you like Tamdu, I bet. Yeah, for sure. Worth it if you're looking for a nice sherry bomb. It's good. It's really good. I'm impressed. Okay, so why don't we pour a little bit of this Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and I can tell you a little bit about it. So I'm like, y'all probably know. Wow, this cork is somewhat cracked. That's not good. You probably know, the story with these barrel strength Elijah Craigs, given whether here or just in your own life, because I tend to sing their high praises a lot and also find a lot of them and review them. So this is, I'll spare the whole story about it. But yeah, this one is they're all 12 years. So this is 12 years old, 66.4% ABV. So it's almost hazmat level. So this is like a couple ticks higher than the last one, which was the B520, which I think was 62 or 63. So it was like, they're usually all in that range. But this one, I mean, they have a couple of releases of their, like, from years ago that are like closer to 70, which is wow. I've never had them, but anyways, so the rundown on the Craig Barrel Proof, 66.4, and the nose it's a really dark bourbon. A ton of dark notes on this. Elijah Craig is also usually kind of like that, but this one it's more than I've ever actually noticed before. very oaky, molasses, kind of, dark caramel, kind of some of the typical stuff that you'd expect. But yeah, it's really spicy and really oaky, like much more so than I think any I've had. Go for taste. It's really crazy, man. Like, so drying, so hot. Obviously, this is neat. It's 66%. Of course, it's going to be hot. But unlike the last batch, which I thought was really stellar, the B520, like that was an incredible bottle of bourbon. This one, I don't know. It might be, or I'm not saying it's a miss, but it's not a home run. Really dry and really oaky. Got some like malted milk ball stuff at the end, but it punches, man. It really punches. And the thing about the B520 batch, I mean, really all of these, I guess I would say without exception, are, at least for me, you have to put some water on this because the ABV on these is so high, and they're hot. Of course they're going to be hot. But the thing that was so magical about that second batch from this year was that it was like sippable neat. Like you could really sip that. It wasn't hot. It was nice. It didn't have a lot of edges. It was like rounded. It was really impressive in that sense. This one, I feel like the kind of dark chocolate oakiness, the barrel char, the spice level kind of takes away or overrides some of the more complexities that you could get out of it, which I think these whiskeys are not like the most complex thing. I mean, after all, they're high potent barrel strength bourbons, but they are 12 years old and pretty low rye mash bill, which also I think can contribute to like some less complexity. That said, even by that standard, this one really hits hard, and it's that oaky note, which is not something I'm usually find a lot in these barrel proofs. Like it's there, but it's not as powerful as it is in this one. So if you really like kind of a drying oaky whiskey, this might be a good batch for you. But personally, I just find it kind of distracting, and it takes away from what I think is always, I mean, it's good juice, but I think it's taking a bit away from what I think is otherwise some of the other notes in here that I can't quite pin down. I mean, even with water, which I'm going to do right now, like I think this one it's a bit much, man. It's just a bit much. So the nose is really great. I think the nose on this might be the most charming part of it, but yeah, I don't know. This might suit your palate, but that's at least how it's landing with me. I mean, it's quite delicious until you swallow it and it gets so drying. Wow. Yeah, that's something different. So I don't know. Obviously, like I've had enough of it where I feel like, it's getting its oxygen and all of that. Hopefully we'll tame it down a bit as it goes through the bottle. But yeah, it's, I don't know, probably not my favorite. Anyways, let me catch up in the chat because there's a lot going on. I got the Camden 15 at the local Total Wine. They also had 12. Oh, they had a 12? I didn't know there was a Tamdu 12. Right on. I'm sure it's good. I'm almost confident it's good. If the 10-year is as good as I think it is, a 12 would be good. I've never had the batch strength, but I'm also interested in that. They're seeing a lot of praise for that stuff. For sure. Oh, wow. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't go negative on this one. I just don't think it's a 5. Like, I think I've probably given quite a few of them like a 5 out of 5 in my kind of rating scale, because they were just incredible when you take value into consideration too. They were just like must buys. This one I don't think is a must buy. And in fact, I don't even know if it's a buy. I think it's more of like if you find it at a good price, pick it up. Otherwise, like, you need to try it. Because I don't know if this is gonna land the way that people want with what they expect from it. I mean, I might be wrong, but that's at least what it seems like. What else is going on? Ben, I have very little doubt that I would love Tamdu and prefer the cast strength. Yeah, usually do prefer the cast strength. No doubt about that. Hey, it's our friend Alan from the UK. What's up, buddy? Good evening. Late night? Thanks for swinging by, man. What else? Peter White's talking about the Glen Alecky 10 cast strength batch 3. Man, I passed up so many times on the opportunity to grab a Glen Alecky. I was really like doing my best not to buy for a while. And I came across that one, quite a bit over the last year, that 10 cast strength, it was batch 1. And now I see that they're already on batch 3, and I'm like, shit, I want to try one of those. I thought the 12 was okay. I quite enjoyed their 15, which is like a PX Oloroso. But, a 10-year cast strength, if it's anything, obviously it's not heavily peated, but if it's anything of the quality level like that you get from a Lefroy 10 cast strength, like, that's got to be a winner, Like, how can it not be? They make good stuff, and age statement cast strength stuff, sign me up. Always interested in that. I'm about to pour some Highland Park Valkyrie. Missed out on it when it was originally released. I've never tried any of those. There's so many Highland Parks. It's just not easy to stay on top of it. And they're not cheap either necessarily. And so, like, I haven't hunted them down. So there's like 3 in that series. There's that Valkyrie, and there's one like Valfather, which is like the heavily peated, and then I'm spacing out on the third one, Val Kilmer. I don't know. The third one is I don't know if that one was peated or not too, but apparently the Valfather was supposed to be like the most heavily peated Highland Park ever released, or something like that. Telex did a review of it, if I'm not mistaken, so it might be worth checking that out. Because that one might be worth hunting. I'm intrigued by that. I'm not sure what I know enough about the Valkyrie though. Anyways, what else is going on? Whiskey Friend. Oh, Peter White's talking about full volume is one of the best Highland Park values there is. Yeah, so that one is what, cast strength or close to cast strength? That's another one I haven't had. I'm really behind on the Highland Parks. I did that 21 this year, which I bought for like a treat, but I haven't had any other ones really. I'm going to do a cast strength 12-year though, in December. It's one of these, it was like this release that they did of Highland Parks of like different ages, and they're all like cast strength single casks. It's like 63% ABV. It's a Highland Park 12. It was like the Mid-Atlantic released one or something like that. And so that looks interesting. I've been kind of waiting on it. I bought it a long time ago, actually. Been waiting to like save it for a special occasion. And so I'll be testing that out, sooner than later, hopefully. Whiskey Friend. Man, they already got batch 4? Jesus. Somebody's gonna have to do a review of like all 4 of them so I know which one I should buy. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take this last sip of this. Wow. That is fire. Still pretty damn good though. But man, that's oaky. Huh. Interesting. Let me grab some of these samples quick. So, first of all, I want to thank Andrew Page, a good friend of the show, supports the show on Patreon, which is super cool. I appreciate that as well. And he sent me a bunch of samples, which I'm going to get into in just a minute. But first, let me just give you all an update here at the bottom of the hour. So basically, we are going to, we're going to test out these samples, maybe try one, maybe two, who knows. And then at 9 o'clock sharp, Telex is back online this week. So Telex and I will be doing the Telex and Malt Show as always. For some Tasty Tuesday, we are going to be checking out Tamdhu. So this is the first one we'll be doing in hour number 1. This is the Tamdhu 10, fully matured in sherry. I think it's a non-chill filtered too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Maybe it says it on the bottle. Well, it doesn't say it on here. In any event, 43%, so that's good. Tamdhu. And then we're going to be doing the Tamdhu 15-year-old in the second hour. So I got a nice sampler here that Telex had sent me. And we'll be cracking into this. I've never had this one before, and he's never had the 10. So it should be a lot of fun. As always, I'll just drop the link in the comment section for folks who want to join us for the show. But other than that, we still got a half hour of Tasty Tuesday happy hour going on. So let's get into it. Let me just catch up really quick here. Val, really? Okay. Yeah, it's no, I'm not surprised by that. They should just keep going, man. Just, how many different things can they come up? Valknut, that's the one I couldn't remember. Yeah, the Valknut. That is, I don't know what. I think I've seen that one. The Valkyrie might be the one that I haven't really seen, and I haven't seen the Volfather, but I've heard more about it. So, yeah, Whiskey Friend enjoyed your Lefroy Cask Strength Batch 10 review last week. Yeah, man, that was a good review. Thank you. I checked that out as well. I did like a 2-part review I did that in the Carchus, I think, but probably I don't remember when I did it. I liked that one a lot. I still am like pretty steadfast on the fact that the batch 10, which was 2 years ago now, that was one of my favorites. The batch 11 was pretty solid. I mean, they're all really good. I'm not going to I can't tell you that I've had a bad one. And I think it's probably the best Lefroy you could get. Realistically, obviously, maybe a 30 or a Lefroy or something. But in terms of the quality, the value, complexity, what you get, I mean, you really can't go wrong with those. So I look forward to them every year. Yeah, definitely. And enjoyed that one quite a bit. It was good. What else is happening? Oh, does it? Yeah, I'll have to see if Telex can show us. The Tamdhu 10 packaging is pretty solid. It's kind of interesting. It's got this kind of old style flair where it's got these funny lines about it. It's the can do spirit. They have it here in quotation marks. It's the industry. It's a company of gentlemen merchants and purveyors of the can do spirit. Really devised and constructed for its remarkable, the era's most remarkable distillery. Yeah, it almost has this kind of throwback 1920s kind of vibe to it. I don't know. We'll get into that more later, though. On to more interesting matters even than that. I'm going to check out some of these samples you got here. So again, thank you, Andrew Page, for sending me some of these. And wow, I mean, they're amazing, amazing generosity. Thank you so much. So here's what we got here. We have a Glen Scotia 18. We have a Blair Athol 21 single cask from Hunter Lang, 55.8%. Kilhoman 14-year single cask. Wow. That's impressive. First fill bourbon. What else do we got here? Tormore 22 cask strength from the Glasgow Whiskey Company. Alan, if you're on, have you heard of that one before, Tormore? Craig Ellicky 21 single cask Hunter Lang Distiller's Art, man. And Cameron Bridge 27 single grain Douglas Lang, Old Particular. I mean, wow. Where do you even start with this? I'm leaning towards maybe, boy. Man, thank you again. This is awesome. Maybe the Craig Ellicky 21. That seems like it could be a lot of fun. Or this Glen Scotia 18. That one could be interesting too. I don't know. If anybody has any strong opinions on this, let me know in the chat. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, Cohen, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for stopping through. I go up. I want to be a gentleman. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like their style. It's funny. Getting off air, just prepped to say hello. Yeah, thanks for swinging by, buddy. Always good to see you, Alan. And do keep in touch about that. I think we were talking about something a couple weeks ago stream. Let me know. No, but somebody's getting one tomorrow. They spotted it here in the Philly area. Tony. Yeah, Anthony, he said that he found it and is picking it up tomorrow. I've not seen it yet, but the place he's getting it from is a place that I'm very familiar with. Who knows? Maybe I'll swing over there and get it. I don't know. I'm not going to be. Oh yeah, I should mention I'm actually not going to be. This will be my last week in the Philadelphia malt cave, as it were. Next week I'll be beaming the signal from Los Angeles. I'm going to be out in LA for about a month or so. That should be fun. It's much needed. I need a break and get some do some work. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be I'll continue to do the happy hour, of course. But I'll be it'll be the same time, but it's going to be a totally different location. Probably a lot more sunshine in the background. Should be fun. But anyways. Oh, okay, good. I'll look for that. Hey, what's up? Emily Chambers, how things going in Florida? Any thoughts on Glen Ellicky single cask releases? I have not had any, but I've thought about buying them. I would say it's probably a go for it. Probably a go. Yeah, good point, Andrew. Good point. You know what? That's a good call. I'm going to try this Glen Scotia. This is the 18-year-old Glen Scotia. I have never had this before. It's 46%, which is awesome. It is matured in American oak, so probably just like an ex-bourbon thing, and then is finished in Oloroso, which is interesting. I don't know, Andrew, if they tell you how long that's finished in or anything, but as you all know, I've had a relationship with Glen Scotia. I had both that funky Mr. Fuzzy Cast, Mr. Cloudy, who will live in infamy in whiskey lore history, but also like had some amazing whiskeys from them, including the Glen Scotia 15, which is my whiskey of the year last year. So with that, I can't imagine how good this is going to be. Let me get some of this poured out. I'm looking forward to trying it. I'll let that sit and get some oxygen for a few minutes. So this will be interesting. I don't know for anybody who's like a big fan of the Glen Scotia 15, but for those of you who are, I was really surprised to find out that it was only ex-bourbon, because it really felt like there was some sherry going on in that. This one, however, is explicit that there's sherry. And so I'm going to be really curious to see if I notice the difference. Obviously, there's a 3-year difference, which can make quite a difference. But I think the fact that there's explicit sherry in it is because like you'd have had me fooled with their 15-year-old that there wasn't sherry in that, because it sure as hell tasted like it. So I'm going to let that breathe for just a sec. I'll catch up on the chat and see what's going on. And we'll try it out. Oh, the Valknut. Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm gonna be at a place in like on the beach in Orange County. So I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have a rental car and all that. Yeah, I'll figure that out. I thought about like, of course, like it came across my mind that I'm going to bring some samples with me in my checked bag because I want to make sure Telex and I can continue to do the show while I'm away. But I was also thinking about like, maybe there's something good or I could find out there and that I wouldn't be able to find here or something. And I've always heard nothing but good things about K&L, and so I'll check it out for sure. But I don't know exactly where this place is. It was kind of I'm not sure exactly where it's located. I just know it's going to be like on the beach. I could really use it. It'll be fun. So you let me know, man. I know you're in the area, so who knows? Maybe we can work something out. Some social distanced whiskey tasting or something. I don't know. I didn't know there was no color added to Delmar. Really? You'd have had me fooled. I thought those were all colored to Al. Hey, Richie. What's up, buddy? Driving and listening in. Right on. Well, I'm glad we can keep you company on your drive, man. Nice to see you. Literally. Not literally. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. We're just hanging out. I'm about to sip some samples sent to me by a good friend of the show, Andrew Page. We got some Glen Scotia 18 years old. I'm interested. Okay. Oh, he says it's finished. So it's 18-year-old, 46%. It is aged for 12 months in first fill Oloroso after 17 years in ex-bourbon. So with that knowledge, I'm diving in. And I can tell you right off the bat that this nose is much, much more sherry forward than the notes I was picking up on that Glen Scotia 15, which for the record apparently has no sherry, but it sure as hell seems like it does. Yeah, wow, this is nice. Sweet, fruity. It seems like it's got a really strong core of like, again, kind of that, what's the word? It's not like dark molasses, but it's almost like maple syrup, honey. There's a little bit of like a little faint hint of some smoke in it. It's got a little bit of citrus fruitiness to it. A lot happening in this. I mean, Glen Scotia makes good stuff, so I'm not at all surprised by this nose being so interesting. Yeah, wow. It's like every time you go in, you're getting something different. There's almost a bit of spiciness behind it too. I don't know if it's like ginger or maybe a little bit of cinnamon. But that Oloroso cask is assertive. That 1 year of maturation in the Oloroso is really, really bright. All right, let's give it a taste. Cilantro, and thank you, Andrew. Oh, that is good. Wow. Okay. I see you, Glen Scotia 18. Really nice finish. Sticky. This thing arrives a lot of viscosity, oily, full of flavor. Oh, man. That is really good. The fruit's really there on the front. It's sweet, and then it's got this kind of almost savory, going on kind of sour note. But it just evolves so much. Then you get hit with some spice. It gets a little bit drying. It goes into a somewhat dry finish, but then you get these waves of that bourbon cask with a little bit of the sherry fruit note. So it's like dark fruit. And then there's this just nice caramel, light vanilla, maybe like a little bit of, it's not pepper. It's maybe more just kind of like hot cinnamon. And it is hanging around. Really nice finish on this. Wow. Okay. This is quite good. I mean, I love the 15, as I was just regaling you with earlier. This is up there, man. Off that first taste. We'll get into it a little bit more, but have anybody else had the Glen Scotia 18? And if so, let us know in the chat. I'm pretty impressed with this. I just love their signature style. It has just like a slight, just kind of like warehouse mustiness. There's just like a little bit of that going on. That kind of maybe quintessential Campbelltown thing. And it's coming through even more now. Yeah, wow. This is tasty. Which one are you drinking? I'm intrigued. I'm not sure what to tell you about that. Andrew Page said, got the Glen Scotia 18 for $90. Oh yeah, love me some Saratoga Wine Exchange. Yeah. This is a good deal. I'm surprised by how much that sherry note is, how forward it is. Like I really didn't get a lot of the heavier bourbon notes, and they weren't even that heavy actually. They're kind of like medium. I started getting the bourbon notes really just like on the finish. I'm really surprised at how much that 1 year in sherry on this is powering it through. It's tasty. Let me try it with a drop or two of water. It does have that characteristic Glen Scotia thing going on though. Like I harken back to the days of the Mr. Cloudy, let alone the 12, or I'm sorry, the 15. It's just like a little bit of like a mustiness. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, water has done the trick on this. The bourbon notes are coming through a lot more now. Light brown sugar, like toffee, almost like butterscotch, close to butterscotch, but more like toffee. There's an earthiness to it as well. But it's very vibrant. I mean, for an 18-year-old whiskey, this is like, the nose is really bright. There's like a lot popping out. It's not subtle. Like this, I think about another 18-year-old whiskey that a lot of folks like, Highland Park 18. Like this is twice as viscous and intense as that is, for sure. And you can tell on the nose, this is not subtle. You can hunt through it, and I'm sure if they left this out for a while, you could find even more. But it seems like there's a lot going on. That again, that sherry overcoat does do a lot to knock the bourbon notes into the background. But I have to say, it's quite good. Chocolate now. Oh, wow. Hey, this almost tastes like those cherry cordials a little bit, where you just ate like dark chocolate with, some type of like fruit, probably like a maraschino cherry or something. And it hangs around. Man, that is good. Andrew Page, thank you. I definitely can recommend this. This is good. I'm not sure I would say it's like eclipsing the 15, mostly because I think I don't know, for some reason the 15, there's a little bit more complexity. Again, I mean, this is 1 dram. And of course the 15 is cheaper, but this is nothing to sneeze at. I'm just surprised at how bold this whiskey is for an 18-year-old. Oftentimes some of these whiskeys can be really much more subtle and light and delicate at 18. This is far from delicate. This is bold and assertive for sure. Digging it. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm a big fan. Oh, right on. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I need much convincing. But I definitely will watch it because I'm sure you always learn something. This is really nice. Definitely not a relaxed whiskey. It is a much more like, yeah, it's bold flavor. It really is. Thank you again, Andrew, for sharing this sample of the Glen Scotia 18 along with everything else you've sent. It's incredibly generous. I'm very appreciative and looking forward to enjoying a bunch of those sooner than later. Yeah, totally, exactly, Daniel. Yeah, it's in here, and like I was picking it up more when I had the nose neat. Lemon, yeah, lemon is probably right. Grapefruit, sure. There's just like it's like a mustiness. The brown sugar is definitely coming through. I think I might have mentioned that earlier, along with, yeah, just this nice citrus. It's definitely lemon. Thank you for pointing that out, because I was getting it a little, like it was a little muddled when I was thinking about it. It was like lemon lime or maybe like orange. There might even be a bit of orange in this, but there's that clean lemon note. It's quite nice. Right on. Yeah, this is a delicious pour, y'all. And, I'll take another sip in honor of Mr. Cloudy, our dear friend, Mr. Cloudy, who has expired. All things must come to an end, I suppose. But, yeah. And I think this gets me through the core range, unless there's another Glen Scotia. I've done reviews of the double cask. I haven't done a review of the 15 or the Victoriana, but I love both of those. And of course, the 15 is my whiskey of the year for under $100 last year. Boy, this one though, man. Yeah, I'm digging it. The other Glen Scotia was, yeah, Mr. Cloudy, which, I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy. Hey, Donner Pass, what's up? Happy Tuesday, man. A tasty Tuesday at that. A much needed one. I was doing a little bit of a no whiskey detox for the last couple of days, so I'm enjoying this. Sometimes I feel like it makes you enjoy it even more. You got to take a step back every once in a while. Yeah, double pluses on the Glen Scotia 18, man. I'm loving it. This is something I would love to have a bottle of, because I bet this gets even more interesting as you go along. Wow. Yes. That's a yes. It's definitely a yes. And Andrew Page, he scored Glencadam 15 and 88 in 2017. Glencadam. Oh, were you? Oh, maybe I missed that. Maybe you were talking about the Glen Scotia. Do your thing, Ben. Thanks for swinging by. Telex and I will be on in about 5 minutes. We're doing a 9 to 11 show, Telex and Malt Show for Tasty Tuesday, as you guys are all very familiar with. I will drop the link in the chat when we are ready for action. Hour number 1, we're tasting Tamdu 10. Hour number 2, we're doing Tamdu 15. So buckle up. This should be a lot of fun. I don't know, if you don't know much about Tamdu, it's not a distillery that's, it's not Macallan. So it doesn't have the name recognition of probably a bigger distillery. But I'll tell you this much. I think our friend Telex is going to be pleasantly surprised with this 10-year-old, and I'm really looking forward to trying this 15. So we'll have another 2 hours of whiskey chat going on this Tuesday, y'all. This Tasty Tuesday. So again, thank you all for hanging out. And once that link is ready, I'll be dropping it and meet you guys all over there. So it should be fun. Let me just get my YouTube thing set up here so we can make sure that the Telex link is at the ready. I'm excited to hang out with him because he's back in action. Oh, it looks like he's already got a link set up. How about that, apples? Why don't we Yeah, I'll drop this in the chat right now. Looks like we're going to be hanging out at this link. So feel free to grab it, bookmark it, put it in another tab, whatever you do. We're gonna get into the TAMDO shortly, but in the meantime, let me check out a couple more other comments here. We still got 16 folks in the house, and thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Good company always. Glen Scotia was Whiskey of the Year. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about, like, what's that? Ralphie, right? Who did the Glen Scotia of that? Yeah. But is it fuzzy? No, sadly it's not. No fuzz, Emily. No fuzz. I don't know if we'll ever see the fuzz again. But if we do, you guarantee you I will bring it out. We'll have a redux of the experience with Mr. Cloudy. I'm digging that, Andrew. Thank you again. What else is going on? So is Glenmore Julie Cake replacing Mr. Cloudy for the weekly jam? Oh, damn! It's too late to do it now. Maybe next week. Maybe next week I'll bust it out. Yeah, as you recall, if you were here last week, I did try the Tale of Cake, and I don't know. I wasn't blown away by it or anything. I'm not sure I was expecting to, but it was good enough. It was good enough, but it might be a fun one to revisit. Oh, there's a new 11. That I did not know. Emily Chambers says she votes for the cake. All right, we'll do it next week. Next week I will. I'll make sure to, like I said, I'm going to be in a different location for a while. I'll be beaming a signal from the West Coast instead of the East Coast. I will be in Los Angeles, California. And so I will bring the cake with me. I'll pour a couple sample bottles of it and make sure that I can do a couple tastings of the cake over the duration of my time there. I won't be definitely won't be a problem, I don't think. I can just throw it in a check-on bag. Yeah, check it out. Good idea. We'll talk cake. If you drink too much in public, it'll attract the fuss. Yeah, that's real talk, both literally and figuratively. Emily says safe travels. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's abrupt, but it needs to happen. So got to do what you got to do sometimes for yourself, and it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be it'll be some healthy time. I have a bunch of things planned to do, including getting more into some meditation stuff and spending more time out in nature and reflecting and thinking and all of that. It should be a lot of fun, and I'm just great that I have the opportunity. So yeah, but I'll beam the signal for sure. We'll have a happy hour next week for sure. And she's out. Take it easy, Emily. Good to see you as always. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure that's the case. I've been to Los Angeles many times, and I do love the area and love the city and all of that. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be permanent or not. I mean, I'm going to be out there for like a month, so I'll be back here for mid-November, whatever. Late November. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Last night did a side-by-side of the ENAC 18, 22, and 24. Oh, the discontinued 22. How's that ENAC 24 landing with you, buddy? Let me know. Yeah, all right, y'all. Yeah, right. Thanks, man. Yeah, it will be a little earlier. It'll be disorienting. I normally wouldn't consume alcohol quite that early, but we'll make it work. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see, Peter. I don't know if it's on the top of my list, but in the next 2 weeks, maybe I'll be able to swing over there. We'll see. Yeah, it does. All right, y'all. One more time with that link. Telex is live, so feel free to migrate over to his channel for the Telex and Malt Show. We are going to be around for 2 more hours. We're going to be talking Tamdu. We're tasting Tamdu 10 and Tamdu 15. Should be awesome. Looking forward to it. Again, thank you all for taking time out of your day to hang out here on the happy hour. It's always fun to read your comments and learn from you guys, and just generally be in good company. So I appreciate you all very much. Again, thank you, Andrew Page, for the generous samples, including this Glen Scotia 18. And I will see you next week, where I will be sending my signal from Los Angeles.